Hello everyone, welcome to the Vore Podcast, JV Podcast Network. 16 Sundays in Hell, Week 10, Browns and Texans. Another horrifying weather day in Cleveland, swirling winds. There was even a weather delay, thunder, lightning, all of that good stuff going on. So the Browns, they started about a half hour late today, and they didn't disappoint because they won, but it was certainly an ugly game. So let's get into it. Let's do my picks. As always, this season my picks are presented by Chicken Shit, the social drinking card game that you play with strangers. When the Browns lose, you play Chicken Shit. You go out, you take it out, and make fun of some strangers at their expense. If the Browns win, you go out and you have fun making fun of strangers, celebrating a Browns victory. Win, lose, draw, you play Chicken Shit. They're presenting my picks this year, the social drinking card game you play with strangers. So my picks, as always, we will review. Baltimore loss, hit. Kentucky hit. Washington football team hit. Dallas missed that one. Indy I hit. Pittsburgh I hit. Kentucky again I hit. And then these last 2 weeks I've missed on Las Vegas and Houston, so that puts me at 6-3. And with the Browns winning today 10-7, the Browns are also 6-3, so I'm right there with them. Browns 6-3, I'm 6-3 on the year. Here's how the game went today. First quarter, the Browns come out, they open up with a 6.5-minute drive, which is what I love. I'm the kind of guy when I play Madden, when I'm playing video games, I try to make it realistic. I play like the least entertaining, the worst way possible. If you're playing me, you absolutely hate me. I chew the clock, I'll run the ball. So this is what the Browns were doing. They're running the ball, 6.5-minute drive, but because of a bad snap there on 3rd and 1, Treader and Mayfield not on the same page. The snap goes way behind, and the Browns have to settle for 3 here, so it's 3-0 Cleveland. Now, Houston, they're driving as the first quarter ends, so the first quarter blows by, not much happens there. It's 3-0 Cleveland after 1. Now the Browns defense comes up big, 4th and goal. Watson and the Texans, they try to run a QB delay, QB draw. The Browns stuff it, so the Browns take over on downs here. Now later in that quarter, we jump way ahead here. I just want to say, as a former kicker and punter, this play that I'm about to talk about that the Texans ran on special teams was probably one of the greatest special teams things I have ever seen since Doug Flutie's dropkick. Like, this got me so excited. Now, I hated it as a Browns fan because it was an amazing play. It was an amazing call. But as a fan of kickers and punters everywhere, punters are people too, as a fan of the brand Pat McAfee action there, I absolutely love this play. They line up for a 48-yard field goal, well within Fairbairn's range. But because of the wind and the conditions and the swirling and everything, he virtually has no chance to make this. So they line up for a field goal, 48 yards. They direct snap it to him. I'm like, oh God, here comes a fake. But no, there's no one deep. He punts it, and he pins the Browns deep. So like I said, as a Browns fan, I hated it. We weren't working in good territory pretty much the entire game. But I had to just hat off, applaud this one, because it was such an excellent call, beautifully executed. Well done by Fairbairn here. I just had to say that as a fan of kickers and punters everywhere. So the Browns, it's time for the Browns to go to work. They did not turnover on downs to end the half. It's now 3-0 Browns at the half. Look at the defense. Even with the conditions against Deshaun Watson, the Texans aren't great as a team, but they have Deshaun Watson to hold them to 0 points at the half. That's saying something, even though everything's working in your favor. Either way, a couple things. Baker was inaccurate. There was just some throws that he really, really missed there in the first half. What was Landry doing when he spiked the ball, when he got that first down after the Browns made their way out of being deep in their own territory? They called it taunting. I don't think it was a celebration. I think he was more so upset that he kind of got tackled by the ankles there. It looked like he could have broken that for a little bit longer of a run after the catch. So I think it was more frustration. But either way, what the hell are you doing? You can't spike the ball there. So that I'm like, what's going on there? And then despite the numbers in the first half, offensively, Houston seemed like they had way more going for them. It seemed like they had more momentum. It seemed like more momentum. It seemed like they were building more drives than the Browns were, despite those numbers. So those were kind of my few takeaways from the first half. So we get to the second half. The Browns defense comes out. Really nice job. They force a 3 and out. Now it's time for the offense. They need to come out and find the end zone, establish the run, get things going here. They did not. They decided to do the exact opposite of that and punt the ball away back to Houston. So the Browns wrap some things. Pretty much nothing happens for the rest of the third quarter. The Browns wrap up the third quarter with the Nick Chubb first down run, and they're starting to put together some rhythm, some momentum here in the running game. 3-0 Cleveland. After 3, put the 4s up. It is fourth quarter time. Time for the Browns to put this thing away, right? Browns. 3 Nick Chubb runs. Touchdown Cleveland. They get a couple big ones here. Chubb. Those cutback legs were starting to open back up for him. The things that we missed. As great as Kareem Hunt was today, he wasn't as great as when Chubb was missing, and he certainly doesn't have the same vision that Nick Chubb does, even though they are different runners. There's certain things that Hunt does better than Chubb, but the one thing that Chubb absolutely does better than Hunt is the vision, is cutting back, stretching out the defense, and then hitting the hole. Even though Hunt had some nice plays today, doing those things, Chubb is elite. He is the man at that. So the Browns go up 10-0 here. Now it's time for the defense to step up, make a play, and they do exactly that. 3 and out. They keep Watson out of the end zone. Now, the offense, they need to, once again, answer for the defense. Complementary football here. The Browns need to run the ball, protect the ball, run the clock, put points on the board, put this game away, at least a field goal. But they need to get we need to get a touchdown here. Let's run this clock down, put the ball in the end zone. The Browns did not do that. And now they check a few of those boxes. They did everything but put up some points. They got a couple first downs. They ran some clock. But Houston gets the ball back. And, of course, they score a touchdown very, very quickly. At this point, I'm terrified. I'm like, we've kept them in check all day. The Browns absolutely need everything. They need to win. They have to win. They should win this game. Now I'm terrified here. Now, on the ensuing kickoff, Donovan Peoples-Jones, he muffs it. Falls down. The Browns have the ball at their own 2-yard line. At this point, I'm shaking with fear. I'm like, here we go. The Browns are going to find a way to Browns and lose this game. So the Browns, Kareem Hunt, he eased my fear a little bit. He had back-to-back first down runs. One was a short 3rd and 2, I believe, and then he broke off a long 17-yarder there, or 19-yarder, whatever it was, a long run, another first down run. The Browns need one more first down. Houston has 1 timeout left, and now we're at the 2-minute warning. Chubb puts it away. 3rd and short. Long run to the outside, runs all the way down the sideline, wide open. Could have ran it in for a touchdown, his second on the day. But it really wouldn't have made much of a difference because even if Watson gets the ball back, it's still a 2-possession game with under a minute to go. It would have been no problem if he goes in the end zone. He decided not to. Steps out of bounds. Baker takes a couple of knees. Game over. Browns win it. They're able to. Baker took care of the ball today. The Browns took care of the ball today. It was sloppy. It wasn't pretty. But a win is a win. A win is a win in the NFL, and the Browns did exactly that today. The Browns now 6-3. I'm 6-3. Who would have thought? The Browns 6-3. How about that, right? Shortened offseason, everything, all the talk. No Odell Beckham Jr. The Browns, either way, they're 6-3. They got Philly next week. That's going to be a really, really big game. Another one that the Browns need to win, have to win, should win. I'll talk to you guys next Sunday.